I chose that background for you because I said, this is Michelle's background. This is it right here. This is going to make her pop. Like, she needs that.
Is there another comment over here? Yes.
Yeah, I love the puppet. It just took away all of the needing to know credentials and where they were from, and I was just curious as to where the information that the puppet, because I could hear the puppet really well, where was the puppet's, what are the puppet's credentials?
Yeah, the puppet is an Indian guru. His father was a Juru, he says. I think he owned a noodle shop or something. The puppet is a friend of mine who's a professional puppeteer. He is behind, like he created Timmy the Tooth. If anyone ever saw that show, he created it and sold it to Nickelodeon. He was part of what was behind the Big Green Rabbit or whatever that was called. It was like a PBS show. He's behind all kinds of stuff that you see, Sesame Street, Disney, Henson's, all different kinds of things. He's a professional puppeteer, and then this is his fun gig. He likes to talk about, hookah pipes and other things like that, but none of that's in this film because we made this very, very, very kid-friendly. But he's also, the puppeteer is a student of A Course in Miracles. He's very big into A Course in Miracles. And I think ACIM is a wonderful model that, it's really stripped everything out. It just gets down to forgiveness and special relationships, really. So it's easy to hear him, first of all, because he's a goofball, and second of all, because he keeps it very simple and sort of real, right? He's approachable in this day and age for a certain segment of society. So he'll be in more and more stuff that we do because, well, he's just fun.
Yeah.
He can say things, right, that you can hear. It's sort of like when a British person comes and talks to me, they can tell me I'm a you-know-what, but I still love them because it sounds fabulous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The puppet.
Yeah, we've talked about doing do you remember like the VH1 behind the scenes?
Yeah.
There was a show where it was like behind the scenes and they'd go back and track these old musicians and whatever happened to this kid that fell apart. So I said to the puppeteer, generally keeps his name out of it, I said we should do like a behind the scenes, right? Like the rise and fall of puppetry. He looked like he was becoming so successful as a guru, but behind the scenes, they go to this, but behind the scenes, his life was falling apart. And I was going to get like the Wayne Dyers and the D-backs and everyone to actually fake say things about him. We do this whole movie about the rise and fall and rise of puppetry. I'll start working on it again. If you didn't figure it out, my next film is the Yolanda film, if I wasn't overly promoting that.
Really? What? Is it really?
Did you go? Yeah, that comes out first week of September.
I saw a little bit about that.
Yeah. A lot of publicity going on with that,
Yeah,
like crazy
that's great.
stuff. So that premieres in like 2 weeks. Yolanda will be in every live show. Now, Mile High doesn't have a show because they haven't asked to be in it, but maybe a live show in October if nothing else. So
Terrific.
that's my next film. Oh, I'm also doing a New Thought film. Did anyone see What is New Thought? Did you see that
Yeah.
movie? What is New Thought? That's John Miller. And him and I are now teaming up. I said to him about a month ago, I said, let's each make like a 40-minute film, and we don't show it to each other. And we'll call it Finding New Thought. And you create what you want to create, and I create what I want to create, and then we'll double header it and put it on a DVD or go out and travel with it. So him and I are committed to having that done by the end of October, and we'll call it Finding New Thought.
Wow.
And then we won't help each other. We get what we get, and then we both go out and promote it. So that's kind of a fun project they have going on.
Terrific. Yeah.
Maybe we'll put Michelle Medrano a little bit more in that. Maybe I need a new interview of the Rev.
Yeah.
She's got a new do, as you can see. She had a very different do in that.
Yeah. Yeah, what year was that?
It was the 70s. You should have seen the pants she was wearing. They were
really.
bell bottoms and
They were the ones I had on at Motown a couple weeks ago.
get down. Yeah.
We
That
just
was
had a
only a
Motown.
few years ago.
We had a Motown event the other night.
Oh, did
All
you
the
really?
Just dressed up like in the 70s.
Oh,
Bunch of
would have been-
hippies.
that would have been
disco.
video footage right there.
Yeah.
That would have been it.
Any other questions or comments tonight? Yeah, I'm over here. Everybody.
Thank you. I just wanted to say that I really appreciated you in the film. how much space you gave your kids, how patient you were, how you were really listening and you weren't imposing anything, until you said the thing about, what about me, which you even did in a really cute, honest kind of way. So I thought it was a really great example of what, New Thought, Course in Miracles is in practice, which is being delighted in and allowing someone else to be who they are. And I just really appreciated that.
You're an excellent judge of character. I get that. I raised my kids the way my dad raised me, and it sounds like I'm lazy, but I give them so much space to do what they want to do, and these are the years to let them fall down and get hurt. They can learn lessons now, not when they're 30 and they go to jail for it.
Right.
But I give them a lot of space to believe what they want and to feel it out and to talk it out, and there's not a lot of, we talk about profanity. And we say, well, these are the words, so you know them because they're going to come up. But they're just words, right? We've made up all the language, now. But if you go say that to Mrs. Orr, you're going to have the experience of going and seeing Principal Baldner, But these are the words, and this is what we say they mean, So we play with a lot of stuff, and we keep it very fluid. That way it'll really cut down on therapy. They'll have less of the opportunity to blame me in their early 20s. They're like, well, wait, he actually never said anything to me. Huh. Well, I guess I'm done.
Who else? Anybody else? I like your shirt. Believe there is good in the world. I'm being a good
Be
too.
the good. I missed that.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
Take a picture of Facebook and Facebook it right now.
So, Marcus, at the beginning you said you keep changing the movie because you kept adding bits, taking bits out. So presumably it's going to be a final version. Is that ever, or you just never? I mean, there was so much material in it that you can't.
It's a little bit of a mind assault, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's something. I was thinking, I need to see this again. I need to see this again. I need to because there were so many good pieces to wow, that's powerful. I want to dwell on that one. So I guess when is it going to be finished?
I said it's working. It's working. My plan is working for people to be really interested. We haven't determined when it's going. Oh, the next showing is in Texas. If you want to come with me, we're going to be at People's. Yeah. So if you want to ride down with me, we're going
Which
to.
city in Texas?
It's what's that?
Which city?
Dallas.
Oh, yeah, my son might.
It'd be really fun too because she sounds kind of British and she could cuss you out the whole way.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
It will eventually get released, but I don't know when. It probably could be another year or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Or I could decide next month. My game plan is it won't be until the end of next year because we travel around and we talk with people and we show it and the reality is this is what's fun for me. So I do what's fun for me. This is what's fun. This is my natural expression. This is my inspiration. If I get say swamped with a bunch of other films and eventually I can't keep up, then I'll put it out. I'll finish it up and put it out. It needs to go in. It needs to have sound. It needs to be mastered. Everything because I keep changing and I can't turn around and send it off to be mastered every time. So eventually it won't. It'll be a little bit different, but it'll be similar. I'm gonna probably have way more Michelle Medrano, and way less Roger Teal. We'll just boot him out of it. Put the old horse out to pasture. But I will eventually release it. Yeah, I don't know when that'll
But
be.
you said the leap. When you put leap out, you put out different.
Yeah, I change Leap almost every year, so people will be like, "Oh my God, I saw the DVD cover version." Which we only put about 1,000 of those out into the world, and then there's one with a boardwalk on it, and there's one with just different people on it, and it changes all the time. I've actually, sometimes I'll go in and I'll update the movies. Boy, I'll tell you, Amazon and IMDb would kill me if they knew what I was doing. And I'll go in and I'll just change a few little things in the film, and then I'll upload it to my manufacturer, and I'll just start putting that out there. And there's so many different versions of things out there. I don't change all the UPC codes and everything all the time. But it's one of my wacky things as a artist to do. So I hope I answered your question about New Thought, the movie, that I don't really know what I'm doing.
There's an interesting context in which you filmed some of this movie too, and that's that we were working on integrating into organizations, and we were in Science of Mind. Ernest Holmes founded Science of Mind in 1927, and in 1954 there was this big kind of conflict, and it split off into two different movements. And so since 1954 there have been two religious science movements in the world, and they were kind of contentious. They weren't really happy with one another, went off and did things differently. And about 5 or 6 years ago, or more than that, we began to talk about, I sort of call it like religious science, the next generation. All the people from that era who were all mad have died off and have moved on, and us young'uns left behind are going, why aren't we one? Why aren't we one? So we were in the midst of putting it all back together as he was running around taping a bunch of people. And so as I look at that movie, I'm filled with the memories of being in San Diego, and it was very exciting and very profound to have, when we were done at that conference, like 99% of the people present voted to integrate the two movements back together again. And so that was really, really powerful.